This video, I'm actually going to be talking about how my high school inspired me. So, since I was supposed to graduate from my post-grad program at the Votech through the transitionary special services program, I'm actually going to talk about how my regular high school inspired me. This is the high school I went to before I went to the post-grad program. There are two different schools. I'm going to talk about my regular high school. So yeah, basically, and how they inspired me. So basically, people just found me entertaining for some reason. Like, there was just something about me that people found entertaining, and that's what inspired me to do like comedy skits. And what inspired me to do dances is I knew like a school dance was coming up, and I tried out for the dance team as well, which I did not make the dance team. I mean, because let's be honest, when you're in a school, there's always going to be people that have more connections with the teachers. It's just the way it is in most places. And because I was like the only guy that tried out, so it wasn't too surprising that I didn't make the cut. It wasn't that surprising. But hey, at least I did something that most people didn't do. But you know what's crazy though? I'm like one of the few from that school that had dance videos that blew up on the internet, so it's kind of ironic that I wasn't picked for the school dance team. And my videos of me dancing used to get very good views back in 2018, so nothing against the school. I'm just saying. It's like how I didn't get picked for the play, but people on the internet love my comedy skits. I feel like while I think I could make it in Hollywood, I feel like internet fame is the most important and most likely to be successful for me. I originally wanted to be in Hollywood, but that was before TikTok and Musical.ly showed me their truth. And I still will try to be in Hollywood, be on TV and stuff, but the internet fame is where it's at right now, and possibly permanently, hopefully. Like, I might still do stuff in California or Hollywood. If I moved to California, the main thing would be to collaborate with influencers. But say if I was doing like an acting gig, honestly though, like, I should either do something local first just to get the hang of things, or I should try out for reality TV. Because I'm sure anyone locally would give me a chance because I am well known, so that would help me, especially locally, because they'd be like, oh, this guy's got a platform, That would help me. Like, there's good and bads that come with a platform, but the overall good aspect of it tops the bad. Like, the bad part is everybody there's more haters, and then there's more people that want to ruin your careers. That's basically what it is. But yeah, basically, how they inspired me. People just found me entertaining, so they would record me sometimes. Like, how when your friends record you and stuff, and they thought I was funny just with the way I carried myself. So I think they just found something in me, but I didn't know it at the time. Something just that just stood out about me. Then I started posting photos on Instagram, when I have no money, and I did the face, and I did one where I did a monkey filter. This was because I wanted to do stuff to entertain the people around me while entertaining the general public. And I feel like this was my time to show the comedy side. Basically, I made comedy skits every day after school. I did some dances sometimes. And I used to get home from school at 4:30, so when I got home from school, because I lived far from school, so it took time to get home. That's probably why I wasn't always able to hang out with people and stuff, because I lived far from school and stuff. Probably would have hung out with some people if I would have been closer. The gravity of the situation, I was literally nominated for Homecoming King, it was great. Did I win? No, there's probably people that were more well-liked than me, while I was one of the most known kids in the school. There were people, I'm sure, that were more liked because, some people that have, connections with teachers, people that have, closer bonds with other students. And I'm autistic, so the fact that I was this well-known was astounding because, me as an autistic person, I have, social anxiety and all that. So the fact that I was able to conquer all that back then and just go at it. And the fact that I had anxiety back then, I just went at it and I didn't give a crap. And the fact that I was able to just face it all. Like make videos, make comedy skits, make dances. Yeah, I used to dance for people at high school, like when there was the shoot dance going on, like, shoo. And I used to do the backpack kid dance. I used to hit them folks. Yeah, I used to dance, like, in senior year of high school. I just danced for people. I hit the dab. Like, back then, the dab was a trend. Same thing with the shoot. Yeah, around that time, shoot was somewhat a trend. I even hit the rollie a couple times. I practiced, like, before the dance. I wanted to have some dance known, so I just started practicing the rollie because I know I like the song Rollie. And I just practiced the dance for like an hour or so, and yeah, a couple hours. Like, and I somehow remembered that dance, even though my memory's terrible. Like, I somehow remembered that dance. I did it at school dance. I did, and I basically did the rollie dance on Instagram. Right, that was, I think, one of my first major dance videos. Like the one that really sticks in my head. I might have done a couple before that, but the rollie was like the one that stuck. I did the rollie challenge. I think I posted it to Instagram or YouTube back in 2018. And I used to have actual celebrities notice me on Instagram and Twitter. I had Rich the Kid repost my dance. I had Bad Baby repost my dance, roast me. Like, I joked around with her back. Like, I wanted to have, like, and I feel like she ended up telling me she loved me, which is pretty awesome. I mean, she's not into white guys, not to be racist, but she probably loved me as like a fan or a friend or something. Yeah, she's not into white guys from what I heard. That's the same with Whoa Vicky. Yeah, I used to watch Whoa Vicky too, man. And also, yeah, I feel like the combination of my school and Whoa Vicky was what inspired me to take things and really go with it. It was just the fact that Whoa Vicky stood out. Like, while what she said was inappropriate and offensive, it was just the fact that she stood out and she used her assets to get further. Oh, there's no vacation. And that, yeah, she used stuff about her to get further along with her boyfriend. Like, and yeah, I'm not saying you have to agree with it or disagree with it, whatever. I know people liked her too. She had like millions of followers, so there were a lot of fans of this girl. And there was a lot of haters of her too. But the thing was, she just really inspired me just to take it to the next level. I started making more videos, started making more dance videos, started getting better with the comedy skits. Started thinking outside the box with it. And yeah, like, I don't know if I'm going to name this how my high school inspired me or how I was inspired to start making videos. I'll have to decide. Probably how, I don't know. Decide at the end of this video. But yeah, like, I just think it's crazy that I posted every day and that now I'm at 2 million followers. Back when I started posting on Instagram back in October, September, I had like 100,000 Instagram. I had 9,000 Musical.ly followers at the time. 9,000. And then I just tried to get myself back up to 10,000. I just started posting consistently every few times every day. But the thing about Musical.ly compared to TikTok is it was more based on actual engagement and the trend instead of just trends, because TikTok purposely posts gives people more of a boost based on like trends and stuff like that. And it depends on the person too. Like, some people are whitelisted because they get, like, I've known this for years, like ever since 2018, like you just saw people that were getting way more views than, actually no, I think the whitelisting started really taking place back when Charli D'Amelio got famous, because like I noticed that's when my views on original content started to majorly plummet. Before that, I was getting decent views on my original stuff, not viral. But back in 2018, before Musical.ly became TikTok, my views were still good. Really good, in fact. Then once it became TikTok, my viral videos stopped happening, and I got viral ones once in a while. Plus, when it was Musical.ly, yeah, they cared more about originality, and the culture was different. Like, once TikTok came, it was about what's trending in the world right now. Just like when it was musically, it was about like who could be the most talented or who could stand out the most while being talented. So I had to change with the culture. I had to like like you have to do something that's based on a trend, you know what I mean? Like something that's trending in the world. But yeah, that's kind of about TikTok, so I'm kind of going off topic. But yeah, like I just think it's honestly the fact that like let me see Instagram. Yeah, like I had people like I was nominated for the homecoming, which changed my career a lot. Homecoming night. Did it, man. I broke dance. I did whatever I could, even though I'm not like a super break dancer. I danced whatever I could that night. I tried my absolute hardest. There was at some point where I had to give the stand to other people, but I went in and went for it that night, man. That homecoming dance motivated me so much more to keep going. That dance might have even changed my life, that homecoming dance. Personally, my favorite genres of music are rap music, pop music, music from the soul, like where you can hear the singing and all that. Even like some soundtracks, too. So yeah, like it's just crazy to think that I went from being somebody that barely anybody noticed. Because when I first went to high school, like only a few people really, because I went to a different district from middle school for high school, so nobody really knew who I was. Even in senior year, I mean junior, sophomore year, like there were some people that knew me, but I don't think everybody knew me until I started putting myself out there senior year. There were some good and bads that came with putting myself out there. And did I go overboard sometimes? Yes. And I learned from that. Yeah, I definitely learned from that. But I feel like it's better to take a risk than to never do anything at all. Like in the iCarly theme song, if you don't take a chance, nothing's going to happen. But if you take a chance, at least something can happen. Some people knew me sophomore year and junior year too. Like my name was starting to get out there more sophomore year and junior year as I put myself out there more. Yeah, like everybody knew who I was. Like by the time I hit homecoming in senior year, everybody probably knew who I was at that point. Yeah, like I have some haters, I have some fans, it's whatever. I'm not holding grudges. I don't think people should hold grudges against me, especially when they didn't get to know me. I don't think it's reasonable to hold grudges from people I went to high school with. I actually kind of miss the place. When I talk about the Special Services District, I would like to clarify I'm not talking about high school. That's after high school. So yeah, like I honestly miss high school, and when I do story times on YouTube about things, it's never against the high school. Like when my senior mentor found out, the person I was mentoring some middle school kids my senior year of high school, and he found out I had 100,000 followers on Instagram, and he was pretty impressed. And honestly, though, I told him I have 40,000 on Musically. That's gonna eventually be bigger, and I was right. Like it was way bigger than 40,000. Like the crazy thing about TikTok compared to Musically is you can put all your heart into something and only get 1,000 views on Musically. At least if you put some time into it. Once they came out with the For You page, you were probably getting decent views. And it was actually based on engagement and trend. Like that's the only thing I miss. That's the only thing I think TikTok is missing. Like unless TikTok pushes you, your engagement doesn't really matter. I know it sounds like a shame, but unless TikTok pushes you as a specific person, your engagement doesn't matter anymore. Like with Instagram, it still kind of does. Like with Instagram, it's probably similar to how Musically was somewhat. It's like a combination of Musically and TikTok, I think. Instagram Reels. That's the thing. Like no matter what happens to TikTok now, we have Instagram Reels. So I actually blew up a couple times on Instagram Reels too. I got like 200 something thousand, and on another one I got like 120,000. Like, that was crazy. Like, I had some really good view videos on Instagram before Reels, but when Reels first came out, my views were going downhill. But once they got that duet feature going, we're back in the game. And yeah, like, I just think it's crazy that, like, I always had a passion for entertaining people. I thought I was going to have to go on to college to be an actor. But then Musically came in, and something just told me to stick with this. Do whatever you have to do to stick with this. Because it might work. Like, people always say, oh, if you don't give up, you can be successful, and that's true. Like, now you can do so much things from home. You can go to school at home. You can take online courses at home. You can learn things on the internet from home. You can work from home, too. Like, if you don't want to work at, like, say, a fast food restaurant, you can always work from your computer. Or you can do customer service on a phone from your house now. That's crazy. You can literally work from home now. Don't get me wrong, like, there's some cool aspects of going to work in person too, so I'm not dissing that either. Like, I think both are good. That's the thing I like about the computer, like, I can actually make long videos on here. This was definitely worth the purchase. So yeah, like, it's just, like, astounding. Like, I do miss high school, and I had fun at prom. I got on the dance floor a couple times at prom. Like, people wanted me to dance. Like, they wanted me to dance for them. And people were like, oh, you gotta win prom king, you gotta win prom king. But you can tell it was obviously by the teachers. I'm not holding any grudges against teachers or anything. I'm not getting mad at them. Obviously, there were people on the sports teams who got picked. It's okay. I had friends on the sports teams. I wasn't gonna be a sore loser about it, but I did kill the dance floor. Okay, like, I was the best on the dance floor that night, but there were people that might have looked like they were happier than me at the prom, or might have been out more than me on the prom, because I was sitting down sometimes. But honestly, though, prom was still one of the best nights of my life. Like, a crown does not determine how good you are or how bad you are. It just determines if you are picked. It's like when Eminem won 4th place. Like, some of these talented artists don't always win first place on American Idol, or they don't always win first place on everything, but look what they do. They end up becoming something, like David Cook, Daughtry. Like, you see what happens. It's not always about what place or what status you win right away. It's about how hard you work and how you plan on succeeding and how you get there. Just like it's not about how much Grammys you win. It's about how much people you pleased. Not everything is about being the best. Just about getting out there and doing whatever you gotta do. Whatever you gotta do to make it. And something like, I was honestly gonna, like, possibly go to a different school, my school, like my local district, but then I decided to stay at the district I was at. And I have no regrets, because it was just an impulse at times. I think thought I missed middle school at the time, but I'm glad I didn't, because I was very impulsive. Honestly, though, I'm glad I stayed, because I entertained a lot of people, and people can hate on me, saying, oh, they were just making fun of you or whatever, like, try to bring me down. But being made fun of, even if I was being made fun of, like, let's say even if I was, in 2021, or actually at the time it was 2018. 2018, that was not a bad thing. Like, you can become famous for that. So, literally, memes sometimes get more famous than actual, what's considered to be typical talent. So, it's not always a bad thing to be a meme. Sometimes you can get way more exposure than you ever would have for being a regular talent. Like, you saw what happened with the Kardashians. They weren't necessarily talent. And look, now they're billionaires. So I think that explains it. That speaks for itself. You don't always have to be the best to become something very big. You just gotta put your senses into it, get into it for the right reasons and the victories. Like, if you're just in it for the money, like, that's why I like the duets, like, even though I don't get paid much often for those. Like, I just like to do them. Like people, I think, oh, it's got to be all about the money. But if it's all about the money, then become a businessman. Do something that's mainly about the money. If I were only in social media for the money, I think I would have quit already. Like this is something I actually like to do. Like back in 2019 when I got shadow banned for 6 months, I could have given up, but I tried everything to stay relevant, and it ended up paying off. But yeah, the entertainment from me being entertaining for my high school supporters ended up working out. They did inspire me, and I'm not holding any grudges. I don't think people need to hold grudges against me. Like I'm not holding grudges against any haters or whatever. The only thing, like not for many students, I won't have any grudges, but there was one vocational teacher I feel like should have been like better. Like considering you're in a vocational field, you shouldn't be telling me, oh, my social media stuff is bad and oh, it's unrealistic. Like that's what I will say, because like that's what I will say about that school. Like I had like the doubt some people and all that. And it was this one other teacher, like not the same teacher I'm talking about here, but there was this one other teacher that said, oh, none of us have that much followers. I was talking about how much followers Vicky had. Like, don't get me wrong, like a majority of the teachers from my high school did not have a problem with the social media thing as a whole. Like I actually had a couple of them, one that supported my YouTube channel. That's the thing, like people that just disagree with me about like simple things, like people that try to ruin my career or try to hate on my career, we can't be friends. But if we disagree about like normal people disagreements, then I can forgive you and I can move on. But the career's where the line ends. That's where I don't accept. That's where I become petty, because I work hard to get here. People have to go just staring at a screen, but I don't think people realize how much time it takes to find that stuff and to do all the stuff I do. And actually, at the time when Vicky had 1 million followers, so I passed that milestone. I have like 2 million something. So yeah, like it's just cool to think, wow, I got 2 million followers now. If I went back to like, if I were like an alumni at my old high school, I would probably have some fans. Because I've had people say in my comments, oh, he went to my high school. That is so cool. Like I had people say, he went to my high school, which I did. I had some fans from the middle school too, because like the middle school and the high school were connected. So when I would go over for theater, actually I wasn't really known back then, but when I would go over for my mentoring class, I would see some of the middle schoolers who were supportive of me. And also back in sophomore year, I went over there for theater. So actually, that wasn't really actually in the middle school, but somewhere you'd have to pass the. Actually, the theater kind of was if we went in the actual theater. Yeah, it was in the middle school. It was. Yeah, it was in the theater. I'm thinking a choir now. Like I'm getting mixed up. But you'd have to pass the Lincoln and go. Oh, yeah, and I also did musical theater. Like I did the class, and then I did the musical theater until I was a junior year. Junior year, I didn't really try. I just went and bombed it. Senior year, the first time I tried and I didn't get picked. The second time, I had no idea what to sing, so I bombed that probably. But honestly, though, I like the fact of social media because you can be talented without having to be in a box. Social media is the future of Hollywood and entertainment industry as a whole, and freer for the average person to become a success from home. Not living in rich part of New York or a rich part of LA, you can do it, or the rich part of Florida or the rich part of Georgia or wherever. Like I know like some areas where people came out of was either a major city part like Detroit or Atlanta, Georgia. Like some people came out of the hood, some people were in better areas. But when you're in a big city, the opportunities are a lot easier than when you live in the suburbs or the country or whatever. Or like a well-known city. Like sometimes a city being well-known brings all the agents and all the real high-up record labels, so that can change people's lives. But with social media, you can be in just about any state until you get somewhat of a big break, and then move where the opportunity is, or visit where the opportunity is. Like once you get money. I feel like I want to keep doing the TikTok thing. Once I get to a certain point, My original plan was acting, but I might do some TV stuff. But I think I could become a singer because I have like a special connection with music. Like I always love music and I always get like super stimulated. So I get like way more stimulated than I do with acting. So I've always noticed I get like super stimulated with music. So if I really could do music, that'd be awesome because I have like a special connection to music. Like it just stimulates something about me. So yeah. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please comment down below what you thought. Share the video. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell for more videos. Pay me money on Cameo for a shout out. Thanks for watching. And comment down below what I should do next. Thanks.